Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video about Pat Game and the 5th roster update of NBA 2K20. Now, if you guys saw my drunk Detroit Pistons rebuild the other day on my main channel, Crispy Flakes, then you saw that mindsetly right now, I'm not a very good place when it comes to the Detroit Pistons. I think I've really hit my lowest point or something like that. I don't know, man. So I'm not expecting any roster updates. You might even see Luke Kennard drop to a 79. He was an 80 last time. So if that happens, it might be well-deserving. I know, man. I said it out loud. Here we go. Let's check this out.
Always with the Philadelphia 76ers, and we're going to talk about Josh Richardson, who goes down from an 81 to a 79.
No longer the 80s.
I actually happen to disagree with this downgrade. Even though Josh Richardson's been averaging almost 16 points a game, 3 rebounds, 4 assists,
yeah,
on
good numbers,
pretty decent efficiency, they still downgrade.
Yo, Peg, did you switch your fire alarm batteries? Maybe it was mine. I thought I just heard a beep.
Him too, and even if he had maybe a couple shaky games lately, he just had a really good game where he basically won the Sixers the game. So I don't understand why they downgraded him.
Yeah, he's now like a fourth option too.
Club, so I disagree with that one. Al Horford also goes -3, which is a pretty big decrease. He may not average the stats that he was last season.
Yeah, once again, not a top option
bad player.
anymore.
He plays really solid defense. Now, do I think he's better than Ben Simmons? Personally, I don't think so. I think he's maybe close to Tobias Harris, but still, they downgrade him 3 overall, which is pretty
few
good
losing games and
the other player
get hated on.
Upgraded by 3 was Trey Burke, who goes +3 from a 75 to a 78. As I said, this team has needed bench play, and Trey Burke has been a big part of that. He was a baller with the Knicks, and now he's been balling with the Sixers. Even though he's only having 7 points a game, that's been off the bench, and that's been helping the Sixers a good amount. The next team is the Milwaukee Bucks, where Ersan Ilyasova goes +1, Brook Lopez goes +1, and also Dante DiVincenzo goes +1.
Okay.
Everybody's getting a +1. And that's because this team is the #1 team in the NBA record-wise. Of course.
Yo, I hear Utah Jazz pretty solid now too these days, guys.
Everyone deserves to get a little bit of love.
Second in the West
with this team so far. With the Chicago Bulls, Lauri Markkanen goes +1 from an 80 to an 81. Now he's tied the second best player with Wendell Carter Jr.
There we go. Must be playing a little better.
Now, Lauri's only averaging 15 points a game, less rebounds than last year, and the efficiency has not really been there for power forward. However, I do feel like he's been getting a little bit better. That's why he got a little bit of an.
Yeah, he was like an 83 to start the season, wasn't he?
Thomas Satoransky also goes +1. He's kind of been my fantasy league sleeper. He puts up pretty decent stats: 5 assists, 10 points on 4 rebounds on pretty decent efficiency for a guard. I think he's actually a pretty decent player for the most part, and that's why he got upgraded.
I liked him on the Wizards.
I wouldn't say he's an 80 overall, but 78 overall is pretty good from the 4th best player on the Bulls right now. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, almost nobody. Dante Exum got upgraded. He was traded from the Jazz, not to the
Cavs. He got traded. He had like a 25-point game. It was absolutely crazy. I was so happy for him.
And he goes +1.
I was so happy for him.
That's all that's happened for him. Yeah, nothing really been going on for this team at the moment, and that's because they've just been okay and not even that. So
Tristan Thompson had a career-high 35 against, you guessed it, the Detroit Pistons.
Marcus Smart for the Boston Celtics goes -2 from an 82 to an 80 overall. 11.6 points per game. I think maybe they're talking about the field goal percentage, which is low, but his 3-point field goal percentage isn't that bad. And he's a great defender, so I don't know why they downgraded him. I thought he could have stayed at an 82, but they decided to downgrade him -2 for Marcus Smart. The other player is Daniel Theis, goes +1.
There we go.
Almost an 80 overall for Daniel Theis. It's crazy that last year he didn't even have a face scan, and he was like in the 60 overall club. He's almost
use that motivation.
Club. That's pretty impressive for him. And that's because he does almost everything he needs to do for this team. He's been great. For the Clippers, Paul George goes -2 to a 91
Come on now.
overall. If you compare stats to last year, which is a mistake, from 20.
Yeah, last year he was playing a damn MVP. I mean, I guess the numbers did go down. Like if you want to look at it like that.
20, almost 4 points a game. Less rebounds, less assists, less steals.
Look at those free throws.
Look at the minutes. He's averaging less minutes too. And he's still a great defender. So I'm kind of like, why downgrade him?
Yeah, show us those per 36.
I think he could have been 92 if anything, but they downgrade him 2 overall.
Show us those per 36.
If you're comparing him to Kawhi Leonard, who's obviously better than him, it's not fair. I think he should stay at like a 93, maybe 92, in my opinion. Lou Williams also goes.
Yeah, damn Ryan 2K would be keeping like the Golden State Warriors back when they were like a great team and everything like that. A damn player would be like a damn 7th option. He'll keep him as a damn 84 overall. And Paul George's numbers go down a little because, I mean, he was the 2nd option last year, Russell Westbrook. I guess actually he was more the first scoring option, but, you know, however you want to say it. But regardless, like, yeah, Paul George, just minutes are down a little bit, but the numbers are still there.
-2. I think you should ignore downgrades on this team. This team is going to be very good in the playoffs, and they're just
not a team I'd want to see
until then. So when it comes to downgrades in this team, it really doesn't matter. For the Grizzlies, Jonathan Valanciunas goes +1, now making him the second best player on the team, ahead of Jaren Jackson Jr.
Bomb like that?
He's an 82 overall, but they have him +1 in start today.
I don't last
Jonathan Valanciunas has been averaging almost 15 a game, 9 almost
10 rebounds, sharpshooter,
2 assists, a block a game on great efficiency. He has been very solid. If you haven't been paying attention, the Grizzlies are in a playoff position right now. They're 8th seed. Obviously, it's because of
Ja Morant's rookie numbers are very similar to Stephen Curry's, by the way, guys. Which that doesn't mean he's Stephen Curry, because he scores in a different way. But if it's in the indication,
Ja Morant's greatness right now, he's been great. But Jaren Jackson Jr. has been balling too. Jonathan Valanciunas has been playing great. Brandon Clark's been playing great. Like, a lot of players are stepping up. Another player, DeAnthony Melton, goes
maybe Iggy will play now.
So a lot of players on this team has been hyping it up and making it better so that they could be in a playoff position. For the Hawks, the only one to talk about is Trae Young, goes +1. In my video, I talked about if he should be a 90 overall
90 overall club.
I
yes,
said
sir.
That I don't think he's there yet, but 2K disagrees. They believe that he should be a 90 overall right now, and that's where he is at the moment. For the
it just kind of comes down to like 2K. I don't know. They clearly care more about stats, because like he was saying, like Paul George shouldn't have went down just because he's putting up less numbers, but that's all 2K really looks at. And I mean, Trae Young is putting up insane numbers, so at least they're consistent with it.
Another huge increase. Let's talk about
they don't get W's though.
First goes +3. That is a major upgrade for him. A guy that's usually known
200
for
rated dunk
dunking has improved his game in other areas, and that's why he has been getting increases when it comes to slashing, even kind of a midi at moments. Like, he's been doing a pretty good job for the team so far.
Defense is up. Look at that.
Part of their success. Great field goal percentage. Most of it's in the paint, but still, 4 rebounds a game is still also very solid. His defense, 1.3 steals a game, has been pretty good. He has been surprisingly well for the Heat so far. Another player is Duncan Robinson, who has been a sniper all season.
That's literally like the story of their season. It's just like surprisingly good. Like Kendrick Nunn, surprisingly good. Duncan Robinson, surprisingly good.
78 overall, +2 for Duncan Robinson. His increases have been insane this year. I think he started at a 68 overall. That's +10 for him. For the Hornets, Terry Rozier is back to Scary Terry. 80 overall club.
Very nice.
He was at 79.
Cody at 80.
So +1
Probably
for
stayed
him.
there.
Only increase for the Hornets. Devontae Graham didn't get a downgrade, and he's been struggling lately, but at the moment, Terry Rozier goes
Yeah, so I don't understand 2K. Like, literally, like Devontae's numbers they're not really, like, down, but he's shooting a lot more and stuff, and his, like, efficiency is way down. So, like, why doesn't he get a downgrade? I just don't get it. I don't get their philosophy over there at the headquarters.
I mean, 18.4
just don't get it, man.
I think tied, only 0.1 points off of Devontae Graham. He's one of their best scorers on this team. For the Jazz, it's just Jingles. He goes +2 from a 76 to a 78. And
Bojan Bogdanovic should get an upgrade. He should be like an 85 overall. Like, I'm not even joking. This guy's been a walking bucket for the Utah Jazz as of late. And Jordan Clark, so they're 9-0 since getting him. So
awesome
maybe he should go up too.
He was really good last year, and I feel like he was struggling this year to figure out what he was for this team. And I feel like he's kind of getting back into that rhythm. That 42% field goal percentage for 3, or almost 42%, is pretty good. For the Kings, someone that's been crazy, man. Richaun Holmes goes from 80 to 81. He started this year at like a 76. He's been increasing like crazy. 13 points a game, almost 9 rebounds.
And that's and that's actually a reason why they're not going to do some sort of dumbass trade and get like Andre Drummond, because like Holmes has been great.
0.4
He's been great.
A game.
Like, why would you get like Drummond or something like that now?
He has been awesome for this team. He's been very consistent, very impressive. The Suns should have never lost this guy. He's
great
really
contract
for
too.
The Knicks, the only increase is Marcus Morris goes +2 from an 80 to an 82. Now, the thing about Marcus Morris is that he is, first of all, I believe the leading scorer on the team with 19.1 points per game, while Julius Randle's at 18.5. So Marcus Morris is the leading scorer for the team, and he's been the most consistent player for the most part of this team, to be honest. So he's kind of trying to sneak in to be the best player on this team. I think RJ Barrett should have got an increase just because today they beat the Heat, and he was a pretty important reason for that. So maybe him too, but at the moment he's at a 76. For the Lakers, the only one to talk about is Dwight Howard, +1 back in the 80 overall club, where he belongs. They should have never let him go. However,
damn, Kuzma is 76.
Should have got an upgrade. Literally, he played without Anthony Davis, without LeBron. He was the leading.
He had like a 40-point game, didn't he? Why is he a 76? Oh my God.
And they beat the Thunder, and that was because Kyle Kuzma led them. The Lakers really shouldn't let this guy go. He is very important to the team. They'd be dumb to let him go. For the Orlando Magic, the only one to really talk about is Mo Bamba from a 76 to a 79, plus 3 for him. Man, that's a pretty big increase. We all know how good Mo Bamba is when it comes to blocks, so plus 3 for Mo Bamba. For the Mavericks, there was a lot of increases, but I want to talk about these. First is Maxi Kleber from a 75 to a 79, plus 4 for him. And then Dwight Powell plus 2 from a 77 to a 79. Tim Hardaway Jr. plus 1 to a 79. Jalen Brunson to a 79 plus.
And that's literally the definition of their team right there, where they got like, it's Luka, then Chris Thompson. It's like all these guys that are perfect role players for this team. Like, that's a perfect way to sum it. Just a whole bunch of 79 overalls that just know how to get it done.
I count.
Look at that, that's crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players that can almost be in the 80 overall club. And if you want to add Seth Curry and JJ Barea, they're all right there to being an 80 overall. And that's just because
I love this Mavericks team. One of my favorite teams to watch.
All their buckets and make them shine, and they've been shining. For the Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie minus 2. This team has kind of been dysfunctional just because they don't have their 2 best players playing. But I believe Kyrie Irving is coming back soon, so there's that. For the Nuggets, Nikola.
Yeah, he played yesterday. I only played like 20 minutes. Had like 22 points or something like that. Dinwiddie didn't play that good, though, so that makes me a little nervous about his future.
It's back in the 90 overall
Makes
club,
me a little nervous.
where he belongs. I mean, this is one of the best teams in the NBA, and Nikola Jokic is leading them, so he should have that rating. I don't care if he's not averaging 20 points a game. He's been doing fantastic. But Michael Porter Jr., I'm so excited about this one, dude. Plus 2 for him from a 77 to a 79.
That potential
almost
now he's
an 80 overall club. He's only averaging 6 points a game, 2.8 rebounds. The efficiency is great, but he has not been playing much, only 10 minutes a game. He's been playing minutes lately. He even started a couple games, and he has been on fire, and he's been awesome. I had a feeling about this dude. I thought, I was like, this dude's going to be good.
The next Giannis.
He just looks like a star.
The next Giannis.
And he's proving
probably not that, but
this guy is good. The only one to talk about in the Pacers is TJ Warren, plus 1 for him.
No upgrade for Sabonis? Hasn't Sabonis been balling out too for the Pacers? I saw some sort of sign where it's like he's like the first player to average like 17 points, 13 rebounds, and like 4 assists since like, I don't know, like Michael Jordan or something. I don't know. It was something crazy like that. Something crazy like that.
For a team that's been doing really good, I'm surprised there hasn't been more upgrades, but plus 1 for TJ Warren. For the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram goes plus 1. Drew Holiday goes minus 1, now making Brandon Ingram easily the best player on the team.
No upgrade for Lonzo.
Derek Favors goes plus 2. JJ Redick goes plus 1, back in the 80 overall club. And then Lonzo Ball goes plus 2.
There we go.
Now he's almost back in the 80 overall club. That's because lately he's averaging like 20 points a game in the past like month. So everybody doing a pretty good job on this team. It's a shame they're not really winning many games, but still, they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
For the Pistons, Blake Griffin minus 2. It sucks to see him suck. I think it's because he was injured. It's taking him time. But man, it should.
Yeah, that knee's been bothering him all season. Like, I know he's not like as athletic as he once was, but still, if you don't got a good knee in the NBA, like you're not gonna be playing as well out there. It's gonna be sore. You can't get consistency going. I mean, playing simple Blake Griffin, that's it. I do blame the slow start to his season on the injury. He just never really got his groove, and he's probably going to get shut down for the season now. Luka Kennard's still an 80 overall, by the way, so I'm good.
And he's still injured. Like, this dude's always injured, man. It's crazy. He's now the 3rd best player. Derrick Rose is considered better than him now. So it's crazy, man.
Well, damn, he was good last year up until playoffs.
But Derrick Rose, I feel like, should have got an upgrade. He's averaging 18 points a game almost, 6 assists a game almost on great efficiency. I feel like he could have got an increase a little bit. For the Raptors,
at least an 85.
Kyle Lowry minus 1. OG leaves the 80 overall club minus 1. Again, it's fine. They're a team that's gonna have like little players going up and down a little bit because everyone has like, it's like everyone on this team has like a moment of greatness and then a moment of like a little lacking, and then like it's just changing for everybody.
Yeah, I don't get shook up by 1 or 2 ratings.
Now for the biggest decrease on the Rockets, it is actually Daniel House.
Damn,
minus
74.
3. I believe he's a starter for the Rockets. 10.5 points per game on very solid efficiency for somebody that's on this team. He just goes down, and that's probably because he's slacking and his game has not been as good as they need him to be, but I'm sure it'll go back up. He's been in kind of those players, like he grew. It took him a lot of time to grow in this rating, and he finally just...
Yeah, even if they end up trading for like a better, more consistent starting small forward, even if you use Daniel House off the bench, look at his contract, guys, $3.5 million a season, like... It's good to go. You know, like, he's going to be a great player for the next few seasons, at least just because of that, you know, because that deal he got.
Drops like a rock again. That sucks for him, but I'm sure he'll be back. Eric Gordon goes minus 2 as well. 12.6 points per game compared to last year isn't good, but he was injured for a little bit this year, so it's kind of like, it's fine. For the Spurs, DeJounte Murray goes plus 1, so an 80 overall. However, I disagree. Not that DeJounte Murray should get upgraded, but I thought DeMar DeRozan should have been upgraded because they have been winning
a little more than usual,
and he has been averaging much better stats this month than last month. So I thought DeMar should be considered the best player on the team at the moment, but still. Also, Lonnie Walker goes +2. My man, I'm very excited about that one. I mean, if he gets more minutes, I feel like he'd be a very good player for this team. But at the moment, he's only averaging, like, what? 12 minutes a game? Yeah, 12 minutes a game. For the Suns, Kelly Oubre +1, back in the 80 overall club, where I think he belongs. He's also postering everybody in the NBA, which is crazy. Now, the Thunder get a bunch of increases. Chris Paul,
they should.
+2. Steven Adams, +2. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, +2. Dennis Schroeder, +1. This team has been doing so much better than anybody expected. Now, I thought that they had the talent to do something, but I didn't think they were going to actually follow through with that. Billy Donovan is... No one.
Well, I guess that's the thing about the Thunder, though, is that, like, we kind of knew, like, their ceiling, because, you know, Chris Paul's a good player, Steven Adams, Shai Gilgeous, all of them, it's like, Gallo was, like, a 20-point game scorer last year, so it's like, yeah, they won't make the playoffs, but it's going to be as, like, the 8th seed if they do, maybe a little higher. I guess they could make, like, the 7th or 6th if records work out and everything like that, but, the best thing about that is that they got all these draft picks, so it's like you can still have fun being a Thunder fan watching you make the playoffs, but you're still kind of rebuilding in the process by getting all those picks. So I don't know.
I want you to call Billy Donovan the best coach ever again. He's been able to pull this team into a playoff position, and that's been impressive.
Very
For the Timberwolves, Shabazz Napier goes +4, and he did the exact same thing last year with, I believe, the Brooklyn Nets.
Man, Robert Covington got that basic white girl pose going on, man. Like, that's literally every single damn prom picture right there. Look at his picture. I don't know.
He was at like a 74 overall, and then in the middle of January, just boom, increased. And he did it again this year. It's weird. He's like a seasonal player. It's odd. For the Blazers, Hassan Whiteside goes +2 from an 85 to an 87. And I agree. I
Playing just like his Heat
14
days.
14 rebounds a game is
yes,
pretty
sir.
dang good. 3 blocks a game.
Yes, sir.
Great efficiency.
Look at that 3-point shot. Oh, my God, man. Bro, can you imagine if the Miami Heat still had him as center with Bamba at power forward?
He's been doing very good. It's a shame the team sucks right now, but he's been doing good. For the Warriors, Draymond -2. Can y'all believe that? He's an 80 overall, almost leaving the 80 overall club. If you're counting injuries, the Warriors' best player is an 80 overall. Dang. For the Wizards,
he'll be back next year.
Goes +1, joins the 80 overall club for the first time in his career, averaging 15 points a game, and my heart is broken because he should be on the Spurs right now, but whatever.
Marcus Morris totally screwed the Spurs over with that one.
It doesn't matter. The one that matters in this one is Jordan McRae.
Who is that? I'm sorry, this dude over here. Not Jordan McRae, not Isaac Bonga. I'm trying to say this name right here. I just can't. Anzij
Goes +4 from a 72 to a 76.
Hopefully I'll try saying it.
And missed a couple games, and he really stepped up for this team, and they were even winning some games because Jordan McRae led them. But that's it for this video, you guys.
All right, guys, that is the end of the roster update right there. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything too crazy with that. You know, a rating here, rating there, nothing really get too upset about. My boy Blake Griffin, though, just falling off, man, big time. Falling off big time. Hope you guys all enjoy. Check out Peck's channel. Link to it in the description below so you guys never miss these roster picks when they are first released. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.